Genesis. Show my hardcore is.
What's up, freaks, beasts, and athletes? It's DC here with dclayborn.com, home of Genesis Strength and Conditioning and Stacked and Jacked. This is this week's edition of DC Blitzkrieg QnA. If you missed out on this the past few weeks, basically I take 2-3 minutes to answer your questions as quickly as possible so you can get the answers you need and get started and start getting better results. So before we get started, make sure you check out the links below, pick up your free gifts, share this, subscribe, do whatever you want with it. But I appreciate you checking out this video. So let's get going. Question 1. What is the best unilateral leg exercise, and how do I progress and program them into my workouts? If you want the ultimate best unilateral leg exercise, it is going to be pistol squats by all means, just because of the tension, the strength, the motor control that's needed to perform them. There isn't a single leg exercise you can beat that beats them. With that being said, the best way to program them in is just like you would any other single leg exercise. The biggest problem is most people's ability to do them, and so a lot of the regressions that we use would be a deck squat into a single leg pistol, partner pistols up against a wall where you're using the wall for support, onto a box, onto a band, holding a band, really any of those, and then just making sure that we either keep lowering the box, use less resistance, or use a lighter band. Question 2, what are the best exercises that isolate the chest? Really the best ones that I do and really like are going to be dips, weighted dips, trying to stay as upright as possible instead of leaning over. I like dips, I like weighted push-ups, incline bench. I really like blast strap or ring flies. That seems to really hammer the chest, and not only does it hammer it, but it also makes the chest move in the correct way that it is designed, more of a in and out pattern compared to an up and down pattern. And really those are the ones that I feel really isolate and hammer the chest the most. And throwing the incline press and stuff in there is actually going to allow you to continue to add a ton of weight so you can get stronger and build that muscle as well. Question 3, how often should you use fat grips? Use them all the time. You can use them pretty much for any movement that requires pressing. Throw them on there. If you really want to make things difficult, build up your grip strength and force your arms to work a little harder. Use them for as many of your pulling movements as you can. The biggest issue is if you are really trying to hammer your back, then I recommend that you don't use them because your grip's going to be the first thing to give out. But if it's anything else, something that's a little lighter of a weight or something that's pressing, then use them as much as you can. Let's see, one final question. The best mobility work to perform for being able to perform a snatch and overhead squat is you want to overhead squat, wall squat, perform SOTS presses, hip mobility, the couch stretch, super couch stretch, let's see, wide stance goblet squats, really anything that's going to open your hips up, ankle mobility, wall mobility drills to get your ankles mobile. Let's see, SOTS press is really going to be the great one, so your shoulders and back open up. You may have to do that against a wall to really get the best benefit from it if you can't squat down and press it up to begin with a dowel rod or a barbell. But really all of those, so SOTS press, wide stance goblet squats with your toes facing forward, ankle mobility on the wall, super couch stretch, those are going to be the best ways to really get used to get mobile enough to be able to perform a snatch and overhead squat, and then really just doing snatches and overhead squats and forcing yourself to sit in that bottom position is really going to get you comfortable and get those hips and shoulders and back opened up. So there you guys have it. There was a few questions for this week's DC Blitzkrieg. Like I said, comment below. Hit me up on the blog. Go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/ I believe it's Claiborne David. Thanks to their rules. Drop me a question. I will get that answered. Check out those links. Now you guys know. And knowing's half the battle.
Genesis. Show my hardcore is, you know what I'm saying? Yo.